Good afternoon. Today is September 25th, um, 2017. My name is Reverend Christian Romano, Dr. and Reverend Christian Romano, founder of Learning Disciples of Christ Universal Ministries, established in September of 2012. Although I believe that I did say something briefly on Dr. Martin Luther King's quote, which is up on a billboard in a school in New Haven that speaks about that intelligence and character is the true essence of education. I beg to differ. And I ask for many of you to please put aside your autonomous natures and before you give birth to anathematizing yourselves and writing back to me in order to attack my person in in retaliation, that you please, not just maturely but for those of you that are spiritual, that you please give me an opportunity to give yourself an opportunity also to hear why I have a different belief, and this belief was spiritually given to me. Okay, so as I believe that although I'm one of the first to confirm that the great Dr. Martin Luther King uh, was not only one of the most renowned and respected leaders of our time, and not even remonstrating this great man. Uh, I just sent I what I just sent is that Dr. King's reference or quote uh, given is refutable. Now he may have seen this at the time through solely through an academic perspective, without really analyzing his words, thus only hypothesizing. But again, this is only uh, what I believe, my personal opinion. Now, um, now through my life experiences, I have asserted that intelligence and character should not be defined as attributes in reference to education. Now, let me elaborate, please. Intelligence, whether scholastic or a person having a high IQ, should not be defined that a person is that an individual is educated. Why? Simply because mind intelligence becomes useless when governed by human emotions. Let me give you an example. When a human emotions or autonomous natures are threatened, our ego supersede all mind intelligence. Because our emotions, not because our emotions are offended, we choose to defend our egos. Perhaps because of hurt feelings, either physical, verbal, or what have you. So you see, so no matter how scholastically accomplished we are, mind intelligence, or being an intellectual or having a PhD or whatever, it does not mean that a person has good character. This is what I'm alluding, not eluding, but alluding means I'm implying. Okay, and I go further for those of you that are in a paradoxical abyss. So now that our emotions got in the way, and no matter how intellectual or how high IQ or how scholastically accomplished we are, because our egos are offended and our human emotions got in the way, it impedes us from acting out in a mature, rational way. Therefore, our characters change, and it doesn't necessarily mean that a person that's educated, scholastically educated, has good character. So now all the academic or mind intelligence that we profess to possess is useless against our emotions. At this point, our mind intelligence is combative against our emotional intelligence. You see? So at this point, our mind intelligence is combative against our emotional intelligence. But if we were able to dominate and utilize emotional intelligence over mind intelligence, we transition to a higher realm from intelligence to wisdom, and wisdom surpasses human intellect. Now, some of you may see where I'm going with this. We should never misconstrue the distinctive connotations of these two words. Okay? Wisdom and intelligence. If someone were to ask me if given a choice of being intelligent or having wisdom, I would sincerely choose the latter part because genuine intelligence is wisdom. As far as characters, they differ in definition depending on the individual. So everyone has a different character. A man can be intelligent and have good character. Excuse me, a man can be intelligent and have good character, or a man can be intelligent and lack good character. But a virtuous man possesses good character. A virtuous person is one, just to give you the proper definition, a virtuous person is one who lives by standards of morals and ethical code of conduct which he or she adheres to. And many of us will not compromise our good characters. Okay, and these are godly attributes, which many of us are guilty as charged. Many of us are not steady with because of our human nature. Okay, now there's the Moravian religion found by Dan Hus in Czech in the Czech. Well, now having 4.2 million people in this in this religion, they believe in unity, unity in brethren. Their motto is Unitas Fratas, meaning unity in brethren. So they come to a basically they try to make the self effort to come to a state of pacifism in order to bring out their demons and being able to conquer the demons. And when you're able to do this, it's called a Janus, a conqueror, a victor, which is something that we should all try to do. Now we're able to do this. We're able to do this. Reach a place where we're one without abhorrence. Okay, people that are pacifists, just like Jesus was a pacifist. But we can do it. We can reach this. We can reach this state, this higher state. But we need to do it from a spiritual perspective. And as we know, everything comes from the universe, and God is the universe. Therefore, so we have to do it vicariously through the will of God. Okay? There's no other way. We need to be connected. We need to be attached to God. And I know it seems like I was just speaking about Martin Luther King, but everything that I deal with, some of this has to do with Sigmund Freud, the innovator of psychoanalysis. Okay, the Austrian-born gentleman. But also, I'm speaking from a spiritual perspective. Because man is not able to do certain things without having that attachment, that spiritual connection with God. And if you don't have that intimate personal relationship with God, you're not attached to Him. I don't care how much you profess to know Him. How can you know someone that you not serve? How can you not know someone that you don't live for, and you live according to the flesh, or you live by standards of the world? I digress. So please allow me to continue. And again, I apologize. So the last thing that I spoke was talking about our emotions getting in a way. So emotional intelligence getting that our mind intelligence is combative against emotional intelligence, and it is in emotional intelligence that we should learn to use in order to procure the attributes of having good characters. Okay. So, and I also stated that emotional intelligence is competitive over mind intelligence, and so by transitioning from mind intelligence to emotional intelligence, we reach a high realm from intelligence to wisdom, and wisdom, as everyone knows, it surpasses human intellect. We should never, and I also stated that we should never misconstrue the distinctive connotation of these two words. Now, as far as character, we all said that. I stated that they differ in definition depending on the individual. I also stated that a man can be intelligent and lack good character, right? But a virtuous man possesses good character, and a virtuous person, I gave the definition, that is one who lives by a standard of morals and ethical code of conduct which he or she adheres to. Excuse me. I apologize and I am so sorry. Once again, I reiterate, without exhibiting vainglory, no matter what some of you may think, much less even think that I'm even worthy to step into the great Reverend King's shoes, nor attempting to sway anyone, only to give my opinion and my godly led spiritual revelation. So I will conclude by saying that wisdom builds up a man's virtuous character. Wisdom builds up a man's virtuous character that manifests itself progressively in the true essence of education. Wisdom builds a man's virtuous character that progressively manifests itself in the time, in time, in the true essence of education. So you see, I will conclude with this, wrap it up with this, just breaking it down even in a more simplistic manner. Academic accomplishment is all well and good for books, for a job. But it doesn't mean that because a person is academically accomplished that he or she has good character. So this is not the true essence of education. My belief in closing is that the true essence of education is wisdom and good character. Until next time, this is Reverend Christian Romano, Learning Disciples of Christ Universal Ministry, and I hope that those of you that did hear my, let's say, my opinion, okay, think and analyze my words before allowing your human natures to uh, come on video or contact me and to attack my person. I am not here for popularity. I'm not here because I want someone, I'm trying to force someone in my ministry to come to my ministry. I'm only here because I'm only here to do the will of God. And my fear of God, just like Paul the Apostle, supersedes all fear of man in me. Therefore, in saying this, it is not man that I am accountable to, but to God. And he is the one that I have to answer to. And as an obedient servant of the Lord, if I'm commissioned to do something, I have to be attentive, perceptive, willing, in total submission. I have to be obedient. So God bless you all. Until next time, this is Reverend Christian Romano.